If you've been diagnosed with gastritis and you're still dealing with that burning sensation, that constant irritated feeling in your stomach, bloating, nausea, then this video is for you. About 5 years ago or so, I made a video sharing the top 3 supplements or the top supplements that I used to help with healing my gastritis. In today's video, I'm going to share my update on that. I am also going to share with you current evidence that shows how different supplements may play a role in the healing of your gut lining. So information comes from the American College of Gastroenterology, the National Institute of Health, and American Academy of Lifestyle Medicine. As a registered nurse and one who had gastritis, it's important for me to share with you not just what to take, but help you to understand why you're taking those. So let's break this down. Gastritis is inflammation of the stomach lining, and some of the common causes of gastritis are alcohol intake, ultra processed food, chronic use of NSAIDs or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, autoimmune disease, H. pylori, and bile reflux. Treatment is going to be dependent on what the cause of gastritis is. But there are certain supplements that can support healing of the gut lining. It supports mucosal healing, reduction of oxidative stress, and improve integrity of the gut lining. That's what we're focusing on today. Research shows that Zinc Carnosine supports mucosal regeneration and may inhibit the adhesion of H. pylori, as well as enhances mucus production. The supplement that's been researched to be effective in gut healing is DGL. Evidence suggests that it increases protective mucus, reduces inflammation, and supports ulcer healing. Another supplement is L-Glutamine, primary fuel for the enterocytes. And enterocytes are the cells that lines your gut. Emerging evidence supports its role, the role of L-Glutamine in mucosal repair, reducing inflammatory signals, as well as supports healing of the gut integrity. Other thing that's also included is probiotics. Now, not all probiotics are created equal, so it's very important that you know where your probiotics is coming from, but also the different strains of probiotics that you're taking, because different strains does different things for the body. So some of the strains that are helpful in the healing of your gut are things like Lactobacillus rhamnosus, Lactobacillus reuteri, and I'm going to link the other one here because it's a tongue twister. So again, knowing where your probiotics are sourced from is very important, because you could be taking probiotics and it's not necessarily doing anything to help with the situation at hand. So it doesn't matter what supplements you're taking, right? Don't skip this. No amount of supplements will ever override your ongoing use of NSAIDs, alcohol intake, drinking large volumes of fluid during your meals, poor chewing habits. And I'll also link a video on this because I did a video on that previously. So I'll link that for you to check out more about chewing and how it impacts digestive health, or intake of ultra processed food. So right, it doesn't matter what supplements you're taking if all these factors are continuously a part of your regimen and no adjustment is made to those areas. As well as, I should point out, stress. As stress is always going to be with us, right? But there are certain stressors that potentially you have a handle over, and you can determine whether or not those are constant or persistent in your life, and so you're able to make those changes. And if, God forbid, it's not stressors that you can at the time make adjustments for, then there are different supplements that supports mood and different things like that that could potentially be helpful for your day-to-day living. And again, I'll link the video that includes that. I want to strongly emphasize that if you are having, and this is my safety section, if you are having any of these, you must seek medical attention. Persistent vomiting, black stool, severe anemia, vomiting blood. If you're having any of those, you must seek medical attention. Those are definitely not things to play around with. All right. Now, if you are a nurse who's been sick and tired of being sick and tired, then this channel is for you. Of course, I'm doing fantastic. I haven't had a need to take or to be on those supplements long term because I took them, they were great, but I also made adjustments to my lifestyle and eating dietary patterns. And that in itself plays a huge factor in how your body responds and how your body heals over time. In my case, I wasn't by any means a strong drinker. Occasionally, I would have a glass of wine or something like that. But apparently, alcoholic beverages did not agree with my gastric lining. So that's something I gave up for the purpose of healing. And then, of course, I am way better at making food choices now than I was before. I did not by any means eat ultra processed food or fast food every day, but I did consume them in my, weekly diet per se. Occasionally, I would have sodas, different desserts of varying sorts, and things like that. Now I make better choices when it comes to having sweet treats, so to speak. Treats that I eat are actually things that are nourishing for the body and does not deteriorate the body in the way that other processed food would. So again, dietary changes was a big part of it for me. And then the supplements that I took, they also help with mood. They helped with sleep. And those were two of the areas that I also needed some support in terms of sleeping. I had a wonderful job at the time that I thoroughly enjoyed, but it was stressful. And so having something that helps with mood and helping you to relax throughout the day was also helpful during that process. So again, I will link the video here so you can check it out and see what those supplements are at the time. It was from a company that I bought them, more like a subscription based company. I am no longer, buying products from the company. I don't know if their formula is changed or anything like that. But again, I'll link the video here so you can see what those are and determine for yourself if that's something you like to include in your regimen. If you're serious about healing your gut, drop gut in the comments so I know that you're serious. And I also have a mini gut course that's coming up that you may also be able to check out if that's something that you're interested in. Happy healing, and I hope this gives you a lot of perspective to continue improving your health. Stay blessed.